One WJRR Orlando's rock station. Good morning from the Lunch and Taco Show, 7:45, Thursday morning. Time to check it out. Reminder, voting is open at the JRR Facebook page for this morning's You Say It, We Play It. Everybody who votes will be automatically qualified to perhaps win yourself some Deftones tickets today.
Got your attention with that, huh? Big JRR show coming with the Deftones. Get in your vote on which Alice in Chains song you want us to play at 9. JRR Facebook page.
You know, somebody who votes will be randomly picked during You Say It, We Play It to win the Deftones tickets. All right, let's begin with this. We had some very unexpected news in the streaming wars develop. Monday morning it was announced that Disney's Hulu Plus Live TV and Fubo TV are merging their operations.
They're going to call it Hulu?
This is, I don't want to get into the weeds on this.
Please don't, yeah.
Give a little background here. Fubo TV is a very sports-centric streaming service, all right? They are also the company that successfully petitioned for an injunction that blocked Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers from launching Venue, their merged sports app that they were going to put out, because Fubo argued in this antitrust lawsuit brought that would destroy competition and inflate prices for consumers and effectively put them out of business. The judge agreed, put an injunction in that prevented those companies from launching Venue. Well, they still want to launch Venue. What to do? Well,
merge.
Assure Fubo and its operators that they will continue to be able to operate, and they'll also have the keys to the car by merging Disney's Hulu Plus Live TV and Fubo as a new venture. It says here both will still act as standalone services, so you'll still have your choice if you want to subscribe to one or the other. Bottom line is the folks at Fubo have now agreed to drop the lawsuit, and Disney and Warner and Fox all hope that will greenlight their Venue sports moving forward.
Exactly, because I remember you reporting on the actually in this segment when all that stuff happened before and it was blocked.
So Fubo now loses fear of being put out of business by Venue because, well, now they're owned by the competitor.
Because then Fubo, or what is it?
Fubo TV.
Because then they'd be Fubar if they were put out of business.
Correct, Taco Bell.
Thank you.
Big Facebook news this week. Change in policy. Mark Zuckerberg announcing that third-party fact checkers have been eliminated from the platform. Facebook has moved to more of a community notes model. Zuckerberg says more speech will be allowed by lifting restrictions on some topics that are part of mainstream discourse these days. The company will now be focusing on enforcement of illegal and high-severity violations rather than nitpicking things that, well, up until now, some people deemed okay, others had a problem with, and it was selective enforcement. So they're just taking a step back here, getting these third-party fact-checkers out of there, and, preparing for the new incoming administration. Let's be honest. And if you don't believe that, look no further than Dana White being announced as one of the new board of director members for Meta / Facebook.
Yeah.
So,
as soon as I saw the announcement yesterday or whatever day it was it's immediately right to politics. I was like, yep.
Well, there's no denying it. It's definitely a lot on there, but, you're going to think what you think about that. So the Supreme Court now will have the ultimate say on what happens with TikTok here in the United States, owned by ByteDance, the Chinese company. Mm-hmm. They're set to take up arguments on whether or not that is ultimately going to be banned here in the U.S. on Friday. Ahead of that, this is kind of an exercise in futility, if you ask me. Lemon 8 is gaining traction as perhaps an alternative if the Supreme Court decides TikTok is a no-go anymore. The problem is Lemon 8, which is another TikTok-like app.
Let me guess, it's also owned by China.
By ByteDance, yes. Mm-hmm. The exact same company. So you're going to run into the same problem here if you're buying into, I'll wean myself off of TikTok because it may be going away, and I'll get things going over on Lemon 8. Just know that things could go the same direction there. with that ultimately.
I am so glad that's not one of my concerns. I got to wean myself off of TikTok, Pat.
It's a big issue with a lot of concern because there's millions and millions of folks who live and die by that,
and billions of dollars involved. I'm aware.
Net neutrality looks like it has been dealt a final defeat. Remember the net neutrality rules that were debated and at one point being enforced, and then they were rescinded and they were put back in. Then they were. It looks like they're going to go bye-bye and not come back after a ruling last week by a U.S. appeals court on Thursday, stating that the FCC does not have legal authority to reinstate landmark net neutrality rules. That's basically the thought that all internet traffic should be created, or not created, but treated equally as far as, bandwidth it's given. It shouldn't be slowed down or throttled or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, these days, most internet service providers are offering more than enough bandwidth for your average user, and you're probably not really experiencing slowdowns on a regular basis like you might have as little as 5 years ago.
No.
The debate still remains, though, should there be some regulations like this in place? I'm not going to take a side on this. Again, it's another subject. You feel how you feel on this, and that's fine. Consumer Electronics Show going on this week in Vegas.
Yeah, that's big news.
Some of the stranger items on display.
Have you ever thought about going out to that?
Yes.
I know that you're big into electronics.
Yes, but the problem is it runs literally like right after we come back from our annual holiday break. So I'd have to extend that to make it 3 weeks. You okay with that?
No, we're not doing 3 weeks. You never thought it'd answer. Or we could maybe do the show from there.
Once you work on that, let me know how that works out.
Oh, I don't really care that much about it.
I know you don't. It's just a trip to Vegas for you.
There you go.
I get it. All right. How about a robot vacuum that picks up your dirty socks?
Lazy.
Yeah, it's like a Roomba, but it has an arm on top that picks up stuff you toss on the floor. It's made by a company called Roborock.
Oh, so it does everything, not just dirty socks.
It's
okay. I was going to say, how does it decipher between dirty socks and dirty underwear?
Or a small dog.
Yeah.
It's just a prototype. No word on pricing, but probably around $1,000. It'll be able to pick up small items that weigh less than 11 ounces. I'm with you, though. Just pick your stuff up.
Yeah.
It's not really that difficult. How about electric rollerblades? You wear the battery around your waist like a belt and control the speed with a remote, top speed 18 miles an hour.
Rollerblades are already dangerous enough.
This would be $800 if you want to relive your 90s glory days.
So it's kind of like an e-bike, but it's e-blades.
Exactly. An electronic salt spoon. Now, we talked about this one last year, but it looks like it's going to be available here in the U.S. as it went on sale in Japan last year. This specialized spoon delivers a weak current of electricity to your tongue and makes stuff taste saltier than it really is without you actually having to use salt. So if you crave salt, but it's bad for you, or you have a blood pressure issue or whatever, you can still get that salty delightfulness for $125 with the electric salt spoon.
While shocking your tongue. No thanks.
A table with working legs. It's called Mimo, and it walks around. The prototype looks like a small side table with the Pixar lamp on top. The idea that it's an AI robot you can talk to, but it also looks like furniture. Who needs this?
What is it called? Mimo?
Mimo.
Oh, my God.
A stringless guitar. It's like an adult version of those push-button guitars the little kids get, you know? For $500, you can feel like you're, a real shredder there without actually playing a guitar.
Or you could just play the game.
Or just learn to play guitar.
Yeah, there you go.
And finally, a tiny robot that blows on your drink to cool it down for you. It's called Fufu. Looks like a little cat, and it hangs on the side of your coffee mug or your soup bowl.
This is
It blows on your hot beverage or food.
These are the biggest lazy people things I've ever heard. A table that walks to you.
We're on the bleeding edge this week, folks.
on WJRR.
Central Florida's attitude problem since 1993.